trying to film with a husky can be quite annoying. Sit here, Stewie. Out of the way. Out of the way. Okay. Out of the way. You're still in the way. Come on. You sit down. Okay. You can lay down there. Yeah. Just lay down there. I think we're good now. Welcome to my introduction for Runmas 2024. I'm so excited for this challenge. I'm so excited because I created this little running challenge for myself back in 2022, I think it was, and I wasn't able to do it last year, but this year, the Runmas hat is back. So if you've been before, come on in, take your boots off, take your hat off, get yourself a nice hot chocolate. We're gonna have a little chat about this year's Runmas because it is gonna be a bit different. And saying that, everybody budge up because if you are new to the channel, take a seat. A little bit of background on me. My name is Lucy and I've been on a running and weight loss journey since February 2020. Back then, I weighed 230 pounds and I couldn't run for more than 30 seconds at a time. I looked online to try and find an honest, relatable runner. I needed to see someone who looked like me, who had the same struggles as me and still turned out to become the runner that I could only dream of being. I needed to see someone like me achieve that goal just so I knew it really was possible for me to achieve it. To cut an extremely long story short, I've run a lot of miles and I've lost a lot of weight. So I've decided to become that YouTuber that I needed to see way back then and still do need to see, to be honest. So make sure to hit that subscribe button. All levels of runners are welcome here. I cannot stress that enough. I genuinely believe that from the very, very beginner to the elite, we are all working just as hard as each other. This runner is just as much a runner as this runner. We are all just as valid. Call ourselves runners. We all deserve to be out there pounding the pavements and hitting the trails just as much as anyone else. Anyway, after that, let's get on to Runmas. The original Runmas that I did, it was 1 to 12 miles and I would pick a distance out of the hat and that is what I would have to run on that day. 2024 has been an awful year in terms of my running. I have had Achilles tendonitis, which I am still on the back end of. I wasn't able to run properly for the first 3 months of this year because my husband was deployed. I know that might not make sense, but it was like issues with actually childcare, working, getting out, having the time. So with the stage of fitness I'm at now, I'm gonna have to tweak Runmas a little bit. Santa's hat is still here and I have got some goals to pick out. Instead of a distance, it's going to be a goal. Every other day I will be uploading a video in December of me pulling out a piece of paper from this hat and I will be completing the time or the distance that I've put on the paper. Instead of doing the 1 to 12 mile, I have a selection of time limits. I also have some distances in there. My thought process is that I can't actually get out and run back-to-back long runs. I didn't want to risk pulling out 12 miles and then a couple of days later pulling out 10 mile, then it'd be 11. I can't risk doing back-to-back long runs. Back then, when I originally did it, I was absolutely fine. I could have managed that and I did manage what I did pull out the hat. But with my injury, not 100% recovered, I don't want to risk it. And I also want to make it as authentic as possible in a challenge because if I pull it out the hat, I'm not putting it back in and swapping it for another one because what's the point in pulling it out the hat, you know? I have to stick with it. So because I'm going to stick by the rules, I'm going to have to tweak what goes in the hat. The distances that I have in the hat are, I've written them down because I've already set it all up. They're all in here already. Instead of having miles, I'm going to have minutes. So we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 minutes. The 80 minute and the 90 minute I'm not having. Instead of those, I've thrown in 10k and 5k distance. I've kept the 100 minutes in there. Instead of the 110 minutes, I've thrown in 5 mile and I've kept the 120 minutes. I mean, I've got to keep the big one, haven't I? I can't get rid of that one. The rules are, for those minutes, I have to be running. So if I need to stop and stretch, then I have to pause my watch because that time doesn't count. It needs to be 10 minutes of running, 120 minutes of running. If I get minutes, that's what I get. Same sort of thing with the distance, 10k, 5k and 5 mile. If I pull those out, then that is the distance I'm completing. If it takes me all day, then I will stay out all day. And I'll obviously be bringing you guys with me the whole way through. I remember last time there was a couple people that was doing it along with me. So whatever I pulled out the hat is what they ran as well, or they did their own version as well, their own hat, and they were pulling things out. So please let me know in the comments below if you're gonna follow along with me and do what I pull out the hat, or if you've got your own ideas for what you're gonna be doing. And I really hope that you enjoy this. It's just a little bit of fun. It's just a challenge to try and get myself out during these cold winter days. I know that running in the winter is not always fun and easy. It can be quite tricky to navigate and very off-putting for a lot of people. Why would you want to leave your nice cozy home to then get your trainers on and get outside in the freezing cold? I know that I don't always want to, so the fact that I've got this little Runmas challenge is really going to help me get out there and realise, you know what, it's not actually that bad. Once you're out there, it's not actually that bad. It's just getting out there. If I need to create little challenges like this, then I absolutely will do. But guys, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button if you want to become a virtual running buddy. And of course, let me know if you will be taking part in my Runmas or your own Runmas. And I'll see you tomorrow for day 1 of Runmas 2024. Bye guys!